bottom side of the map. This bot lane of BDSA that are pushed in.
Nice trade back here for Exakick off the back end of the sidestep. Got some good damage on to the support here in the 2v2, as both junglers are going to be in the bot side. And I mean, the same thing can be said for Yike. We know that he can be very aggressive as well. He's cleared out a lot more camps, and we'll have, you know, slight tempo over Shio for as far as the farming, but Shio might very well look to come back through after cleaning up the blue and the Grop, and can look to get aggressive here if he so wishes to, or maybe he can go back to the mid lane, but of course we'll see the ward there. That will be cleared, and now he goes to the Scuttlecraft.
Gonna be a nice and easy pickup, and then he's gonna go back to continue farming up.
Oh, nice play there. Stops the Zenith Blade from fully connecting. Crouch shot, though, still eating quite a bit of damage as he tries to turn, fight back. Both junglers going to be in the river, and that will be a flag and drag over the wall as Shio will be able to back out.
Yeah, so it isn't going to be the turn that Crown Shot may have been looking for, but they get to walk away, no summoner's blown. I think that ends up being a positive here for BDSA's bot lane. And as we see, for the most part, Aka actually is going to be able to get the first move in some of these early levels. It's going to be pretty different from what we saw last game, where it was Shiko getting exactly that. So that's something BDSA's bot lane is going to have to be very wary of. Okay.
Flag and drag. Doss with the sidestep. Still has his flash. He sidesteps both, and now they're looking to turn it around. How about this play from LDLC? Shio has to flash all the way out, or Dote as well, but Doss is going to follow it with the Q. And the first blood is in, and they hand it over to Exakick.
Nice and easy. Really nice dodge of the flag and drag by both members of LDLC's bot lane. You will get that opportunity to get this kill onto Exakick. And we know what a Fed of Felios can do, Austin. It is a lot of damage. But like as we keep talking about, even though these early game looks are good from both of these teams, in this case LDLC, we know both of these teams are so back and forth with it, are able to find their way back into this one. And Shio on this Jarvan is going to have a lot of opportunities to get him back.
Yeah, he definitely can. So a lot of flashes down on the map now.
Yeah.
Once that Cataclysm comes on through, a lot easier to set up for them. First dragon will be a Hex Tech. I've not gotten a ton of these dragons so far in the series. We have gotten one that was collected from LDLC just a couple maps ago. Might be looking for this one here too, as Ragnar stopping the way from fully crashing in. I like Aggressive also, kind of picking up the call, able to put himself, you know, further ahead once he fully completes that. Not going to be under a whole lot of threat, and Yike has really showed no attention to the top side here so far.
Right, and I mean, Ravi said it on the desk specifically, where you pick the Scion as that neutralizing pick, you're not going to get as much jungle attention, especially because Yike's going to have a lot of trouble ganking the Kennen, at least for the moment here, but until he gets that Crescent Guard ready to go. So that means Aggressive has a pretty free lane here. You can already see the CS lead starting to grow. The call, like you said, is going to be a big deal. So we got to really look at the rest of the map for this early game and see who is going to make what plays to try and get ahead here. Again, we look at the junglers. We look at BDSA specifically, who love the dragon setup. We can't stop talking about it. Again, I'm bringing it up because the dragon is up right now.
I mean, you got to bring it up.
I have to.
It's LDLC and BDSA, and getting dragons is something both these teams love to do. As Aggressive actually takes a pretty hard trade here. Yike, of course, still in the top side. His top camp should be respawning as he's trying to get himself closer to that level 6. It does open up a play into the bot lane where you can see Crown Shot and Dote hard pushing, trying to get priority so they can move over and help Shio.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Hextech Dragon does a lot of damage, so even a level 4 Jarvan is going to need a little bit of assistance because of that, as laners will move up. That should be a very easy secure coming through here. BDSA once more getting the win con they love to play for so much. Started off here with Dragon number 1.
Very well done. Dragon is in. First one already slowly being stacked up. And now you get to go back to farming, try to catch up in a bit of this XP. While this has been happening, Yike has been farming. And he should be able to potentially hit level 6 before we see Shio hit his. But this bot lane under so much pressure right now. No flash on Dote means that he has to be very careful with his positioning, as there's 4 members all down in the bot lane.
That's right, no flash, but Aka does have the Shadow Surge, which allows for a lot of long-range play, which means there's a dive available. Oh my god, we've actually seen BDSA do this too, where they move the Scion to the bot lane.
5-man play, BDSA, they are not ready for it. Ika sets it up, here comes the Scion right on the Crown Shot, and that is a beautifully executed play from LDLC.
You don't see that one done often here. BDSA are usually the ones on the giving end of that, but now they receive as Execution Exakick receives some extra turret plates for his troubles. This Aphelios continues to get accelerated, and because of the TP, Aggressivu can't even take very much off of it.
Wow. The setup going into that, I mean, that's all you can really say. Just executed perfectly. Everything, all 5 members down here, and that's a big wave they miss out on too.
Yeah, not a whole lot gets lost, except for maybe the wave in the mid lane, but you can see it. Chico notices too late, same with Shio. So there isn't much that they're going to be able to do about it here. So it will allow Chico to pull ahead in CS as you're starting to see that lead grow here. It's something like 20 creeps. But the big thing for me now is that BDSA do have an opportunity to play for this Herald. Because one, no Shadow Surge for Aka. It's a big teamfight tool, not available. And Shio has the Cataclysm. So he could set up for a really nice play to secure that neutral.
Definitely could. DOS just slightly hovering over Ika in case they look for a bit of a flashy play, but nothing will come of it here, and now both supports will show as they match one another, and that will leave the AD carries alone down in the bot side, where Crownshot needs to desperately catch up. It's not too often that we see Crownshot down with this amount of CS in this kind of a position. Usually it's happening to his opposition, to the other AD carry, but not the case. We'll have to do some recovery, but because of it, LDLC will be ahead by about 1,000 gold here around this 9-minute mark. We have a Rift Herald that's also live on the map that could certainly be played for here too.
Yeah, but it seems like neither jungler is interested in it just yet. Both pathing towards their bottom quadrants of the map because there are camps to be farming, but it's only Yike who actually is going to loop his way back around. That information will seem to have BDSA move up to the top side. Shio ignores his bottom side camps and is actually on the move here. Maybe it's the response play for a dive on the bottom side, but it's anticipated.
Yeah, DOS is trying to cover it. Exakick right behind him. So Shio, with the level 6, could look for something. They want to protect the red and see if they can keep it away. Mega Death Rocket comes out from Crownshot. Just a bit of damage. Not able to steal anything away. Shio, though, will be able to smite down the red. He's got a Dote with the Lantern, so he's able to at least get 100 gold right back.
Yeah, so you don't end up denying the red buff. You may be able to take some camps, but Shio, okay, this is dangerous. I don't know if you can be here, because Shio is now up. Shiko is in the area.
They're trailing behind. They're in the jungle, and I think that BDSA realized this has been a little bit too much time. They don't have a big enough wave to really try to move in and set this up.
So here's the thing. LDLC, 3-0 right now, have been making the majority of the plays, but it can't be understated the skirmishing power, the team fighting power of BDSA's comp. Like, I'm really looking at the Jarvan here and the Kennen. The fact that they have 2 big CC ultimates that allow these tides to be turned in these situations. You got to see what BDSA are going to do around that next dragon. When we get to that 14-minute mark specifically, when those teleports are unleashed and Aggressivu can join the party.
Here comes Yike with the Rift Herald. Wants to crack open some plates and maybe a shot at taking down the very first tower in the bot lane.
That's early.
For LDLC, it would be very early. Just one more plate left standing. BDSA are responding. They are, in fact, here, but that tower is low. That's the Cataclysm. That's the big play. BDSA trying to find the fight. Shio has to flash back. A lot of damage coming down, burning away Shio. Yike can't find the flash W, and now he is the one that has to retreat, but they cannot get on top of him. But it's LDLC that still come out with the win.
That would have been a big punish if they got to take down Yike right before the dragon spawns. They'll still get an opportunity to be able to go for it, but I think BDSA end up being pretty fortunate that the Shadow Surge goes wide. Means that everybody gets to walk away. No kills have gone through, and it's going to be them setting up for the dragon on the side of BDSA. Shio recalls. He's back on the map. Doesn't even wait for the mana to regen. Wants to secure this dragon as quickly as possible and just go ahead and walk away.
Second dragon should be good unless Shio, or rather Yike, excuse me, can get here in time. But it's looking like it should be pretty solid, pretty solidified for the most part. They'll now just spotted out through the scrawning orb, but nothing will come of it. There's the smite. Shio takes it down, and BDSA, it will be able to at least get 2 dragons here at 12 minutes.
And it's something, and it's another Ocean Soul like we saw in Game 1. Worth reminding everyone, BDSA secured it, but that was a game that they lost. This time around, it could be different. That extra bit of recovery, if they get it, could make the difference. But your LDLC at this point, you're trying to secure the next few dragons, so you don't let that soul point come easily here.
Yes.
So you're going to see a lot of focus on the, well, I would say a lot of, you're going to see a lot more focus on this bottom side of the map. Because let's be real, Yikes pitched the tent down here, and
yes.
to his credit, that's what you should be doing with this Aphelios, Exakick, a player we don't get to highlight too often, I think, but has been a very consistent player on the side of LDLC. So now that he's getting the resources, now that he's getting gold funneled, we can see what he'll really do.
Ooh, Agressivu. Nice trade onto Ragnar. Gonna force him out of the lane here, as it looked like Ragnar might be looking for a reset anyway. Has a little bit of gold to back and spend. And that is going to be the case here for us. A little bit of a group up here in the mid lane. Dote will spot that out. Solar Flare comes through, but does not stun him. Just the slow, meaning that they cannot follow up.
I like the attempt, though. LDLC not really letting BDSA breathe. They're trying and using any opportunity they can to try and make a play happen here. And this is something we've actually praised them for a lot. Keeping up the pace, making it hard for the enemy team to respond, and constantly finding angles that they are not afraid to take. And even though it doesn't always work, they've been able to constantly find leads as a result of it, even in this game alone.
Ooh. Might be able to deny maybe a creep or two here from Agressivu, but he has just picked up his first item. Gonna make him a lot more potent here. Matched, of course, by Ragnar. But everyone now starting to just kind of chip away at the remaining tower plates. See if you can get a couple just before it expires. Under 10 seconds for Ragnar. Trying to get a couple more autos in there. And it looks like he will come away with it, but he's going to come away with a little bit of a trade as well. Agressivu is fairly strong, and Ragnar is starting to realize it as he has to drop the exhaust.
Yeah, and it's worth noting, too. Wait, actually, Agressivu can kill him.
He's got R. There it is. Damage is in. No ultimate available. Solo kill for Agressivu. But he now needs to try to escape with his life, and that is not going to happen. Holds on to his flash, and his team gets one back for a one-for-one trade.
Yeah, not a whole lot else you're going to be gaining from that one. It is a pretty big solo kill for Agressivu, and it's interesting, too, that actually we're going to hold that thought. Chico, he's looking for something off.
He is. You can tell. Always trying to fish in those charms whenever someone's thinking they're safe, but won't be able to look for an angle there.
No, we're seeing Agressivu does end up getting punished for that 1v1 he ended up attempting. Interestingly, went the Rift Maker instead of the Rocket Belt, so less about the setup, more about the sustain, maybe hoping that you're going to be able to at least get yourself some health, and also the true damage onto high health targets is a pretty nice bonus because, I mean, Ragnar is going to have a lot of health in time.
Definitely will. You can take a look at the overall gold here for all the champions, and that's the difference that we see is the fact that it's Exakick with a significant lead over top a crown shot of about 1,400, about a full BF sword ahead. And that is exactly what you want to see here if you're an LDLC fan, really shaking it up through the bot side, making sure Crown Shot is just not scaling as well as he typically does here with all of his team funneling resources into him. But he's still definitely fine, has both of his summoners up. He's working on towards some more items here as he just tries to stay alive to the mid lane. Dote's been holding his hand very well. And now that we're about a minute 20 away, I'm sure a couple more resets going to come through. Just spend that little bit of extra gold here before we have this fight for what could be soul point for BDSA.
That's right. That's going to be the difference maker here. BDSA looking to spend what they can and move back onto the map. Not even going to attempt that second Rift Herald spawning. Going to let that one go over to LDLC. It's just going to be about them clearing some camps away, setting up whatever vision they can. So in a minute's time, they will be ready to go here. And yike, this actually could be a big opportunity for BDSA overall, because after he gets his Herald, he's likely going to be recalling, going back to base. And you already have so much vision to clear if you're LDLC, because that bottom side jungle is riddled with red. One blue-pink ward is actually in the river, and that is it. So you have a lot of work to do if you're LDLC, and you want to contest this Drake. And Austin, they want to contest this Drake.
Yeah, they do. Feels like we're moving back to the Vitality series a bit.
Oh, no.
They want to contest this one. This is the one they fight for, right? And I have to imagine this surely will be the case. They do have the Rift Herald to set up a bit of a diversion in the mid lane here. Get some damage done if they so wish. But it's, of course, BDSA. They are here way beforehand. 4 members strong. Looking for a catch. Seeing if they can get someone misstepping throughout the mid lane or throughout the jungle, but now the TP's coming into play. Agressivu is here, he has flash, he has the ultimate, and here we go with the potential 5v5.
No exhaust available, so Agressivu's gonna be getting full damage!
Oh, the hook though, doesn't follow up.
No Shadow Surge.
And now the Shadow Surge also down. Lots of ultimates coming into play. It does chunk out BDSA, and now it's river control for LDLC. They force them out, but tools still available on the other hand. As you can see them move back through with confidence, looking at the Cataclysm, looking at the Slice and Maelstrom to set up the team fight, and now we'll start up the Dragon.
Wow, this one is going to be tough, actually. They're thinking maybe they can make a play on Crown Shot, but after this wave shove, they know the AD carry of BDSA won't be here. This is tough. We said Shio can smite before.
Yeah, Gio might oh, it resets, but it's going to be secured for Yike. And they'll take down one, they'll take down two. BDSA just not on the same page. And they will be punished, but looking for a kill back is Chico. He can't find it with the Spirit Rush and has to go back over the wall.
That one is close. Okay, Crown Shot is going to be able to walk away. That is brutal. I think that is a tough call here. You're hoping that you can go for the steal at that point. Once you commit Crown Shot to the mid lane, you know 5v5 is not what you're going to be able to do. And his low health already showed us that. The problem is BDSA, they want that soul point. They want to try and secure this and get that crucial neutral objective as soon as they can. So you see them try and buy time. Chico's trying to get whatever poke he can as they can hopefully burst this one down. But the numbers are just not in their favor, Austin. And as soon as Shio goes in, you knew it was a death sentence anyway. You were just hoping you could smite it away.
That's what you were going for. You know there's no risk of a Baron to come through right after. But then Aggressive also, isolated from his team. And you can kind of see Erdotse where he's like puzzled on whether or not he wants to, help Crown Shot in case he needs it, or if he needs to move over to his team, provide a lantern. So a bit of a disconnect there in a pretty critical moment, I might say. And now LDLC really looking to put the pedal to the metal as they're going to drop the Rift Herald and start to crack open more of the map.
Yeah, there it is. They're going to get that extra bit of gold, continue to hold on to this 3K gold lead as BDSA denied their crucial win con once more here in this series. It's going to be tough. There's still going to be 2 more dragons. We're still early on. Crown Shot still has a chance to be able to go big here as he's also matched at 2 items. But LDLC, they usually don't let go of leads like this. Ragnar has to flash over the wall.
Flash comes through for Ragnar, no ultimate either. Gives a timing for BDSA to try to move through. Ultimate, though, does come through for Kick, trying to set up the route, and will be able to, but no follow-up can come through. Spirit Rush will be forced out. And now everyone looking to go their separate ways. A lot of towers getting low on the map. Aggressive looks like his split push should work out for this bot lane tower. And that exactly is the case. So another tower on the board here, trying to slowly but surely take them off the map. But still, a lot more gold is needed for BDSA before they start hitting some of these big power spikes. However, one has come through, 2 items now, at least for Crown Shot, and that is someone you can at least play towards.
That's right. The setup is there. We know the team fight is available with ults like the Cataclysm, ults like the Slicing Maelstrom. BDSA just haven't had the opportunity. But now we're in the mid-game, Austin. This is where we know both of these teams are really good at finding angles for these team fights, forcing crucial picks, and then being able to walk away, not biting off more than they can chew, like you were saying just before the draft. So BDSA have to find their angle, have to allow Shio or Aggressive to be able to get a knockup, get a stun off, so that BDSA can get their way back into this game.
That's the big factor. Almost 3,000 gold. Not that it's too big of a worry, I feel like, for BDSA. They've been able to still work back from some of these gold deficits, but now they're going to have to worry about some more tanky members, and how about an engage? Unstoppable Onslaught from Ragnar is used, but everyone sidestepped.
Oh, they
now comes
him.
back through.
He's gone.
That's the damage, and Ragnar has overstepped. An easy pickup, and it's Aggressive that claims that one.
It's a nice bit of extra gold there. Nicely done, and they could potentially force a little bit more on the Baron if they wanted to here. They're going to be pushing this mid wave out. We're still 25 seconds away from the Scion. That is a big frontliner unavailable for the side of BDSA.
Big front line taken out, a minute away from what is still a soul point for BDSA. Last one collected from LDLC. They did an excellent job of retaking the river, using some of their ultimates to do it, but they were able to get priority, and that's what really split the side of BDSA up. But Aggressive, again, taking down the second tower of the game. That is now going to be another big pickup. More solo gold here in his pocket. 2 items strong is going to be the case for the Kennen, who is going to be looking for these flank slicing maelstroms, trying to find these big plays onto players like Exakick, like Ica. See if you can shut them down, delete them, and take them out. But resets now again, spending that gold, getting back onto the map. Look at the stopwatches coming through right now, just understanding how important this fight is going to be.
And BDSA, they're going to get that opportunity for the exact thing you broke down, Austin, because now this could be their sole point. You don't want to let LDLC stack Ocean Dragons as you've been behind for pretty much the majority of this game. LDLC playing this early game very nice, very clean. And it's the team fighting where BDSA sometimes have an edge. And this is going to be one of those crucial moments where you're going to want to have exactly that. They're not even walking towards it.
Yeah, BDSA, they look like they're going to be giving this one up. This is very uncharacteristic, but a tad bit disciplined, knowing maybe we're not ready to fight these guys if it comes down to it. Also knowing that the Baron is live on the map, and you can kind of see LDLC like puzzled, like, hey, why aren't they at the Dragon here, guys? Are they on Baron? As you can see them completely shift over, so it draws some members right over to the Nash, but it still should be the Dragon coming through. Now LDLC starting to also stack up a couple Dragons as they're now tied up to a piece.
That's going to be it. You delay the Soul, and BDSA make the call to not bother trying to go for it here. Don't want to try and go for the team fight. Maybe don't see the angle where they, like the one where they picked off Ragnar just a minute ago. And if you end up giving away all that gold in your lives, you do end up also giving away the Baron. So I do respect the caution, even though BDSA, with their backs against the wall, have been showing us a lot of confidence here. And that's something we praised earlier on in the series, where even though they are confident, they don't bite off more than they can chew most of the time.
That's right. Every tier 1 now taken on both sides of the map. We are even in towers, and BDSA, they were 3K gold behind, now only down to about 1K. So they have been farming really well. They've been taking a lot of these towers. The standing gold that's been up and available for a good amount of time has finally come through here for them so that they can start to match some more of this team fighting power that LDLC has constantly been bringing every single time here so far around all the objective fights. But BDSA playing this one slow, methodical, making sure that they do not slip up, but it does give a lot of space to LDLC to work with, and now they're going to also start to move around this Nash here, as it could be a play for it, but they also don't want to play for a flip.
I mean, it's the only thing that's up right now, so securing vision makes a lot of sense here. And you have Ragnar Aggressivu, relegated to the side lane again. Yeah, wow, now that you mentioned it, Aggressivu is up like 30 CS, is at 2 and a bit when it comes to items. Building towards that Zanyas is going to make that Slicing Maelstrom even more potent here for this Kennen. But right now, he hasn't had many opportunities to use it outside of the solo kill, and of course that time around the Dragon fight where he ended up falling. So it's just this dance of setting up Baron Vision, clearing out waves as quickly as you can, just to find the right timing during this exact sequence where somebody slips up.
And that's the biggest factor, is things have been a lot cleaner for both of these teams. Not overextending for a wave, making sure they're not going down, and do not want to put their team in a very difficult situation to work out of it. I mean, as much as BDSA have been great at turning some of the 5v4s, it's not a spot you want to have to be in order to win. And you're seeing that with the discipline. But again, LDLC, they move over. Quick check here from Shield. No start on the Nash, knowing that everything is safe and sound. We can continue to farm up here, guys, and try to get some pressure going in the side lane, and that's exactly what Aggressivu has been doing constantly.
Right, and he's going to use that opportunity. He shoved a pretty big wave. He's going to be able to move mid, and if that opportunity arises, maybe we'll see the ultimate come through. But things have really slowed back down here in this mid game. Both of these teams know exactly how easy it is to lose the advantages you gain for yourself here. So I like that they're both erring on the side of caution, but we're going to need to see something soon, especially in 2 minutes' time when the Dragon comes up, because now we're going to be at a point where it's soul point for either team.
That's right.
And who doesn't want an Ocean Soul?
I don't know, but I'd like to find out if I ever meet him.
I'd like to talk to him and say, like, can you be on the enemy team in every one of my rank games? That'd be great.
Yeah, that's right. So let me slowly stack this Dragon up. Don't mind me. But you have to imagine they'll maybe move in for this one. I mean, 3 Ocean Dragons in a row is also, I mean, alone on itself is going to be a lot more sustain here in and out of lane. But look at the setup. LDLC, they are trying to work for something different. This could work onto Aggressivu.
Yeah.
And it's all a matter is this back going to be stopped? And look at this. I love this. Aggressivu realizes, okay, there's too many members missing on the map right now. I do not need to step up. My entire team is topside.
Yeah.
And he does an excellent job of making sure he does not get caught out here.
It's beautiful. You end up losing nothing. It gives BDSA that moment to clear out vision around the Baron again. And now it's LDLC back on the map, having to push mid, do the dance, you know, push mid, clear vision, and try to see what you can catch out here. Shiko throwing some blind charms over the walls. You never know who you might be able to pick up there fishing, as you say. These things are just, things haven't happened, Austin. But I will say really quickly, BDSA have almost caught up in gold.
Yeah, they have.
They were down like 2-3K,
3K.
now it's like 500.
That's right, yeah. It's been with the towers, with the farming, like slowly they've been doing it. But now the play's going to be made. Ragnar goes all the way in. He is at the front of it, but he is zoned from his team. The jumpers lock him up. The damage is coming in. Crown Shot, though, has to flash back, and that means that Chico moves forward to finish off the kill. LDLC, they keep trying, but they cannot find the execution in the team fights.
Okay, I like that Aggressive ends up holding here, not using the Slicing Maelstrom, not committing the flash, because that's a crucial pick. 30 seconds with Dragon spawning very soon. You walk your way down immediately if you're BDSA. Of course, you're going to do it the safe way. Pay your respects to people like DOS, Aka, who do have a good amount of CC, but you know this pit is yours. That's why you see them moving on here. Aggressive has TP, so he's okay to clear out this this wave in the mid lane. But if you're BDSA, you start this right away. You don't hesitate.
Aggressive trying to work for a flank. BDSA now start up the Dragon. 8 seconds on Ragnar. Nice. No shot. He's getting through here with the TP. And finally, BDSA able to secure another Dragon, putting themselves on Ocean Soul Point.
This is going to tough call. LDLC might be looking to start the Baron, or they could be looking to just force out some of these teleports. It's looking like they do want it to come through, and with that blue trinket, they know.
Not doing it extremely fast. Gio goes the other way around, so he's going to get the flag on it. He knows there's only 2 members, though. Where's the rest of them? Ardonte is going to find them. But now LDLC, they're the ones that are isolated. Crown Shot has no flash, needs to be careful, and he's tunneling. He doesn't get the resets. That's going to be a kill on a Crown Shot. Gio tries to get something back, and he will be able to take down the mid laner. Chico's alive. They're moving in. Aggressive gets a lot of damage and a lot of zoning here through the front, as it will be 3 members down. Make it 4 for the side of LDLC.
Aggressive, he wants the 1v1. He's forcing Ragnar out of here, saying, you don't get to be here anymore. You don't get to push this lane, and this is a risky call. They're going to go for the Baron. It's a Jarvan and Ahri. But actually, no, they're just going to be clearing out vision. I was going to say that was crazy, but that was a big fight for BDSA. They managed to get the positive end of this trade. They stopped the Baron.
They do, and it's all the back end of where they set up in the brush. They move over here through the side by the red buff, and this is where we have this side fight kind of happening, and Crown Shot gets caught out. It's looking good, but then Aggressive with a Slicing Maelstrom comes through with some ridiculous damage.
That's right, the stopwatch coming in so very clutch for BDSA's top laner, kind of saving the play there after Crown Shot gets picked up, and this one ends up being, and that's kind of what I like about this Kennen pick for Aggressive or in general. We talk about it where Aggressive, even Ravi said on the desk, and I think it was a fair point where, you know, when he's on the side, when he's playing that weak side and playing setup for the team, he's doing great, and we've seen that even today. But when he's on the Kennen, where you do get to do some burst damage, where you do get to lock people down, it is that really nice best of both that allows BDSA to have multiple threats in this composition, multiple people to watch out for if you're LDLC.
Well, BDSA, they're looking for some kind of a pick, and Yike might be the target.
We'll
see some answering back here from Ragnar, trying to walk through the front, but he can't. Flag and drag, flashed away from Ragnar. They have taken down Yike on the Xin Zhao, and BDSA immediately call for the Baron start.
You only have 2 ultimates left on the side of LDLC. You know this Baron isn't something you can reasonably contest, so they're going to push mid, maybe threaten the flank angle, but the turn is so easily available to BDSA. Look at the Baron. It's being ripped apart.
It's being shredded. Ardonte also zoning through the river, and there is no way you can get it in now. You gotta be careful.
Let's see it.
Ragnar walks up. They want to fight 4v5, but it's DOS who goes all the way in. The tanks are going down, and nobody can follow up from LDLC. BDSA, they get the Baron, and they'll take 2 for it as well.
Oh, BDSA, they just don't stop winning here in Game 4, Austin. They want to see 5 games. They want to make it hard for LDLC to even think about winning this series, and at this rate, they could take the whole thing. I'm getting ahead of myself with BDSA. They are playing out of their minds right now, up 4K, and again, even though the laning phase doesn't go their way, all spring long, it's the team fighting that has kept them alive. It's what earned them 3rd place, that choice to play Gamers Origin, and what got them to win against Vitality and KC.
It's the team fighting beatdown. It's the patience coming through in this game as well. So slow for a huge portion of it, even conceding some of the dragons, which is unorthodox when we talk about a BDSA.
Yep.
But it's the patience that pays off, knowing when they hit these power spikes, knowing when we can win the 5v5s. Now it is all coming to life.
And we got to look on LDLC side. We know they can come back from behind as well, and they have tools to do so. Ragnar, DOS, so much engage potential, so much CC. It's about finding the right angle, and they're going to have to do it soon. We're a minute out on the Dragon.
Dote's actually going to be taken down, but DOS is about to fall as well. He stopwatches the Mega Death Rocket, but it doesn't matter. That's the flag that finishes off the kill. Both supports out of the fight, but Baron's still active.
Still got a lot of engage potential here. Ragnar doesn't have ult, but the Shadow Surge is up for Aka. He's got the Fear Bar nice and full, but I like this. Shiko, he's splitting. He's getting this, using this Baron buff to get the tier 2. He's TPing in the middle.
They're TPing in. BDS they want more. Flag and drag, but it's the tank. That's the Cataclysm in the back.
It's gone.
But it's Shiko has to go into the stopwatch. Crown shot, trying to do what he can. And the AoE damage is way too much to handle. BDS they were 2-0 down in the series, but they are making an argument to come back to get us to a Game 5.
BDSA will not go quietly into this good night, Austin. They are taking us the distance. We're getting the max amount of games. BDSA, they say Game 5.
Game 5 beats